In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you some tips for preparing healthier meals. And we can do this by looking at cutting down on the amount of fat you use and the sort of fat that you use. Cutting down on the fat you use when cooking. Well, ideally, you don't actually have to use fat at all. You can use methods like grilling, steaming, or baking. But if you are going to use some fat, there are some good tips about how to use less. So let's start with roast potatoes, a great favourite. So first of all, as normal, just parboil your potatoes. You just pop them into an oven-proof dish, and then use one of these sprays rather than just pouring oil over the top of them. So just use enough sprays to cover your potatoes, and then give them a good shake, and then they're ready to go into the oven. Now let's look at stir frying. Again, just using your handy spray oil, give a couple of sprays, get it nice and hot, and then first of all I think we're going to put some prawns in, and then let's pop in some vegetables and some bean sprouts. And there you are, a really tasty, healthy meal. Just add some soy sauce or whatever you fancy, really. If you are going to use oil in your cooking, don't just pour it into the saucepan, measure it. And as a guide, you're looking at 1 teaspoon per person per dish. It's also important to look at the sort of fat that you're using. The one that will affect your cholesterol levels most directly is saturated fat. So that really comes from animal fats, things like butter, ghee, the fat on meat, but it's also there in cheese and cream. So you want to look at alternatives to these. In terms of oils to cook with, you want to be looking at polyunsaturated or monounsaturated fats. Polyunsaturated fats come from such oils as corn oil or sunflower oil, but the even better choice are the monounsaturated fats, which come from olive oil, rapeseed oil or mustard seed oil. So I hope I've given you some simple tips for how to make healthier food at home, also how to adapt some of your favourite dishes. And do remember, little changes make a big difference.